Okay, I'm going to walk through the program that I made, SADNES, to monitor and hopefully label the appliances I have plugged into the WeMo switches. One of them is this toaster over here, and it's the switch over there, and it has this laptop plugged in. So I will start the shell, and as a warning, this program requires internet to connect to the switches, so if it stops working or freezes or something, it's because my internet is not that good, probably. Okay, so it says that the devices have been discovered. Okay. So type the number of the device to analyze its footprint. We've got switch 1 and switch 2, which are just arbitrarily labeled, and I set it like that on my phone. So let's say I'll select switch 1, I type 1 on the keyboard. Okay, and, oh no. Okay, type 1 on the keyboard, and here is switch number 1. So it says that it's on, energy is being consumed. Okay, I'll go check out switch 2, and this is the toaster. It is in standby mode since the switch is on, but the toaster is not, so it's still drawing a plug load. Turn on the toaster. Okay, so now it tells me that the toaster is on. You can see that the power started rising. In the bottom left corner, we see that keeps track of what the total, or of what the peak power is, which is more important for larger appliances that are like more continuously running through the day. The operating power is calculated as the average of the power that's being consumed while it's on, so it doesn't include the power that's being consumed while it's in standby or when it's off. The on-cycle length is how long that it needs to complete one cycle. So for the toaster, it'd be however long it takes for it to make the toast. Right now, for recommendations, it says if I want to save energy, just shut off the switch, and it tells me if I shut it off, then that's how much energy I would have saved compared to how it's being powered on right now. Energy consumption is area under the power curve, which I calculated using a Riemann sum, and greenhouse gas emissions are calculated from the energy consumption with a multiplier. So, as you may have thought of already, the toaster will have a specific on-cycle time, but the computer could be on for however long, because it doesn't have a specific cycle time. To deal with this issue so that it can still kind of try to identify devices that don't have a particular amount of time for some cycle. Okay, toaster is done toasting. Okay, but I set a timeout time so that in this case the timeout is 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, it'll try to do its best to see what the computer is. Okay, so it says, is the kind of device plugged into switch to a toaster? Yes or no. So I'll go over here, type yes, Y for yes. Cool, so it's been verified. Okay, so this is now in standby again. We can go, okay, yeah, it says that took 114 seconds about. So I'll go back. Oop. Okay, so it still says switch 2, but when I go back, now it knows that switch 2 is a toaster. Okay, go back to the computer. So here is the computer I'm using right now. Timeout is 5 minutes, so it'll probably take another minute until it tries to guess what kind of device this could possibly be, and hopefully it will know. So we'll have to wait for a minute. Let's see. Okay, well, after it figures it out, what should happen is that the recommendation will have something device specific. I don't have this programmed in for all of the devices yet, but it's a work in progress. hopefully it will finish soon. Okay. Okay, 5 minutes have passed. Is the kind of device plugged into switch 1 a laptop? And it is. So, I'll type yes. Okay, and so those values should be stored in the cache to help the accuracy of identifying future toasters and laptops. And now over here in the program now says to try dimming your screen and close unused applications, since those are recommendations specific to a laptop. And again, it still says it's switch 1 over here, but if you go back to the start screen, okay, now it's been updated so that switch 1 is laptop and switch 2 is a toaster. So kind of basic and has some limited functionality, but you verifying the devices will help improve the accuracy of it in the future. Woohoo!